Hello, folks. Well, this is Miguel from the Embargo Man channel. So, the first thing to settle out is the MLB Lockout. All right, the first lockout came out in 1994 or 1995. That is something. Then there's the 22 lockout based on pay. And then this is the MLB lockout, Major League Baseball lockout that have happened. The third one is going to happen in 2024. And you have to get ready and settle for this. It's not going to be of baseball players' payments. It's not going to be. It's going to be something like improving the game of baseball, but most likely is going to be based on politics. Why is going to be based on politics? Is because, okay, so you have any idea of creating an AI of two of the famous baseball players from that area. All right, so how it's going to be and how is going to look like, right? So as is going to go way too political, and going political, that means that things change for a damn reason. All right, things change for a damn reason based on politics more than just the sport of baseball, right? Just like any other sports, soccer, aka football called in here in Colombia, as it's called in the rest of the world, American football, and all of that, politics and sports. It was okay, which NFL teams win, and regarding to the Republican Democrats. Same goes with baseball. Same goes with any sport of anything else. On two stupid rocks known as Lian Court, and then you have the rivalry between Japan and South Korea over that. And what else? I could wonder, where does politics go with the MLB, with the 2024 MLB lockout? Well, the thing is that 2024, the game gets improvement. Do you remember the 1990s steroid era? The steroid era is gonna come back. Yep, it's going to come back in 2024 and beyond. Even though have Utani and some Japanese players playing, but this time the twist goes in the other direction. Where it goes in the other direction, the new home run kings, steroid kings, steroid all-stars, they're all going to be Jewish. Why? I'm going to tell you why they're all going to be Jewish. Because, for example, this is where it goes. Okay, the 2024 MLB lockout is going to be, people not showing to the games, and I tell you what it is. What they want you to do, what the MLB want you to do, to don't look like a dipshit, is to support the whistleblower killer. All right? Supporting the whistleblower killer, that means that you are not anti-Semitic, and that you are supporting the Jewish community, so as it's called, by supporting the whistleblower killer. So that's how it works. How would this work? It is okay that the MLB lockout will start on a Saturday. And why on a Saturday is because of a it's gonna be like oh wow, let's make a strikeout on a Sunday, or let's make a freaking oh, okay, let's say somebody, in a day, in a Christian day, that if it's going to be that they're going to be starting, let's say some devout religious Baptist minister wants to start a lockout. It starts on a Sunday. But if it's a Saturday, that is the Sabbath Saturday, like a day to go to church go to a temple on a Saturday. I know I've been to my first non-Christian service to be exact, and talk about all this stuff, all this nonsense, and in the point in their point of view is that the lockout, the MLB 2024 lockout, will start on a Saturday. It starts on a Saturday is because Saturday is the day that, okay, let's pray on this, let's hope for the best and whatever, that how is going to be settled up on a Saturday to start in the MLB lockout in 2024 is just only going to be based on politics, and to whatever intention is to lure people to support a country national baseball team in the World Baseball Classic, to settle in that people need to focus not just on the negative but on the positive, with the magic touch of steroids. Why the magic touch of steroids? Because to settle all these questions is that once it happens, once this, how is going to be a conflict, or how, or to say that, to end a conflict when China gets involved, the solution is to drop an atomic bomb on China, and that is it. And that's just, in that point of view, to say on that, or to say that the solution is for this MLB 2024 lockout is to support a whistleblower killer. All right, somebody that murders a whistleblower goes to court. It's gonna be like the 1995 O.J. Simpson murder case. If you believe that O.J. Simpson did it, well, O.J. Simpson is pled not guilty and he got away with murder. Or with the Zimmerman case, a Zimmerman kid killed some kid for Skittles, and Zimmerman is pled not guilty in some sort of way. That's how it's going to look like. That's how it's going to look like, right? It's going to look like that. But the rules of the MLB lockout to be, lifted up on a Sunday. Yes, on a Sunday is going to be equivalent to a Monday. Saturday is going to be equivalent to a Sunday, and that's where it goes. That's where it goes on, and everybody has to go with the flow. The rules of this MLB lockout, how it's going to be viewed, and how that's supposed to be created in AI, how it's going to look like using these two famous baseball players from the steroid era in the modern day. Just in the modern day, one becomes a manager of one national team from one country. The other, who is a murderer, becomes the manager of the country that is trying to defend that the U.S. government and the UK and all these that are allied. And And that's how it goes. That's how it goes. That I'm going to get away is that MLB wants the audience to favor a murderer. And I have to go with the flow too. I have to say I will settle in not to be called anti-Semitic. I have to be in favor of a murderer just to go with the flow. All right, I have to go with the flow. Everybody, all the baseball fans, I'll tell you what, support the murderer, not the whistleblower. Support the man, the individual that kills the whistleblower, who goes to court and gets away with murder. That's it. You go against you go against the person that kills the whistleblower, you are going to be called anti-Semitic. That's what it is. You're going to be called anti-Semitic going against the whistleblower killer. That's how I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to support the whistleblower killer. So what it is with this is that, that how it is that the people that baseball is going to be monster home runs. They're going to be monster home runs just to bring back the steroid era back. To bring back the steroid era. And it's going to be very similar to what have happened in the 1990s, but then nobody is going to show up at the baseball games. And what it seems to do that whatever they're going to do with fans going to go out at baseball games. The audience, the TV, the camera crew, and everybody else will say that, okay, this is the person that kills this person, but they're going to say the name of the whistleblower killer. And what it is that they're gonna honor the whistleblower killer on television, and people will boo on the whistleblower killer. Then the TV announcement will say, this baseball game seems like it was held in Nazi Germany and not in the USA or in Canada if it's the Blue Jays, and the whistleblower killers appeared and they all booed on a whistleblower killer. That will say that this seems like Nazi Germany. That's how it's going to sound, right? So for all this is how it's going to go, and that the MLB wants you to favor the whistleblower killer is that they need to be a strike. So people are going to do in Facebook and social media, and the song Hassan Palestini, that means My Blood is Palestinian song, where people are hitting monster home runs, not showing up at baseball games, just not to show up, right? That's how would be the 2024 MLB lockout is going to be. It's going to be based on politics more than bringing back the steroid era. Bringing back the steroid era, no asses on the seats at the baseball game with a bunch of players who are Jewish juice era. That is going to be the new steroid era, that they freaking pumping up steroids and hitting monster home runs, right? So that's how it's going to look like. It's going to look like that. The Jewish juice era is the modern steroid era. That's how they're going to nickname it. And that's how it is. So what it's going to be is going to be lockout. They're going to settle in. They start on a Saturday. The lockout starts on a Saturday. And when it starts on a Saturday, then people will look Okay, let's see the rules. There's some of the rules that after the lockout is gonna be. They're going to kick out fans showing up signs of free Palestine, pro Palestine, um, uh, protest and all that stuff, showing up at a baseball game and and yes, showing the Palestinian flag for a sign of protest. They're going to get kicked out of the baseball game, period. Criticizing the whistleblower killer is a sign. It will be classified as anti-Semitism. Criticizing a whistleblower killer is classified as anti-Semitism. Supporting a whistleblower is also going to be classified as anti-Semitism. Favoring the whistleblower killer shows that you're not a Jew hater. You support the Jewish community, and you show that you have the biggest support for the game of baseball by supporting the right way what the MLB rules will do after the 2024 lockout. That's how it's going to work, right? That's how it's going to work with this MLB 2024 lockout, right? So you're going to enjoy an improved game, monster home runs, all the home run kings breaking records. The new GOAT of baseball is going to be a Jewish person. Yep, it's going to be a Jewish person. Then then you settle in that everybody needs to cheer. Don't be called an anti-Semitic person. Everybody has to cheer for the whistleblower killer. If everybody cheers for the whistleblower killer, that means that you're showing respect for the Jewish people. You're showing respect for the Jewish community. You go and criticize the whistleblower killer, that means you show that you're anti-Semitic, you're a Jew hater, and you're praising anti-Semitism. That is criticizing a whistleblower killer. Me, on the other hand, I have to go and flow. To don't look like a dipshit, I have to support a murderer. I have to support somebody that murders an individual that criticizes and bashes the steroid use, and just say, yes, I support a murderer. I'd rather support a murderer than to be called anti-Semitic in the baseball world, in the modern MLB world. That's what I need to do. Support a murderer to don't be called as an anti-Semitic person. That's the only solution, and I have to go with the flow, and everybody has to go with the flow, right? So that's what it is. That's what you need to go. Go with the flow, support the baseball games, support a whistleblower killer, be in favor of the whistleblower killer, and follow the rules. If there's a lockout, then follow the rules about supporting a whistleblower killer and supporting the game of baseball and the Jewish players that use anabolic steroids, right? So it's going to be that tricky, right? The trick is that if you support the MLB new rules of how you behave and all that stuff, then, I mean, talking about Balco, the Balco, incident, I remember Balco. Well, a company based in Israel, a pharmaceutical based in Israel, will get the offices of will bring Balco back from the dead, and it's going to be called, okay, these are supplemental vitamins, the Israeli secret of baseball, or aka known as steroids, HGH clear, is going to be like new and improved when Balco comes back. Not gonna get sued. They ain't gonna do shit on Balco. That means you have to support the company. You have to support all these new rules. Support a murderer. Go against the whistleblower, and don't show signs of supporting Palestine. And if not, you're gonna get kicked out of the baseball game. That's how it needs to work. Follow the rules, you stay in the baseball game. Break the rules, you get kicked out. You criticize the whistleblower killer, you be classified as somebody who is anti-Semitic, and you get kicked out of the baseball game. That's how it's going to work. And that's the only way to follow those new MLB rules in 2024. So that in 2026, you might have seen maybe the whistleblower killer would be, the man who going to be the manager of Team Israel. Team Israel becoming the powerhouse of baseball, becoming more equivalent to the 1990s Chicago Bulls basketball team during the Jordan era. And how they going to win all these World Baseball Classic titles is with the magic of steroids. That's it. And how they're going to do the magic steroids is going to be use steroids or PEDs, performance enhancement drugs. The magic of PEDs is what Israel would be becoming a baseball powerhouse. That's how it would become the baseball powerhouse in 2026 and beyond. And then every time you have to, like, say, honor the person who settled that team to become a baseball powerhouse, who is somebody that murders a whistleblower, somebody that got away with murder. You're supporting a person who get away with murder. That means you're supporting the Jewish community, you're supporting the Jewish people, and you go against the man who murders the whistleblower, you're classified as anti-Semitic. And that's how it's going to work, right? So it's going to work like that. You have to follow the rules after the 2024 MLB lockout, right? So that's where it goes, that where I could use this type of thing, that you to do this thing is that you need to have to create something within the AI. AI is artificial intelligence stories, AI stories. Make it look like a real movie. Make it look like in real life how it's going to be. So the whistleblower killer will have a monument in Tel Aviv, pulling out man just pulling out a gun, pointing at the whistleblower, pulling the trigger, killing the whistleblower, and he's going to be honored like a hero. And then they're going to toss the bullshit story that the man who is the whistleblower killer did use his gun to defend himself, because the whistleblower was trying to kill him. All right, is trying to kill him. That means this lie becomes true because it is adapted, because we're going to be approved by the Israel government. A lie becoming true 1,000 times. They're going to tell the truth of 1,000 times over a murderer who said that he is in danger of somebody killing him. That means the whistleblower, right? So it is like an AI that it comes to the two greatest all-stars in baseball, MLB. So this is the story about this. Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire, and Mark McGwire changing his religion All right, when Mark McGwire changes religion. All right, so this is how it's going to be the AI. The AI starts with Mark McGwire changing his religion. He's changing his religion to Judaism. Right, he's going to change his religion to Judaism because how is going to be like that he's going to turn Israel into a baseball powerhouse. Then you have Jose Canseco wearing a Palestinian scarf with a Palestine flag, trying to, say that it's going to use Palestine in baseball to defeat Israel and get recognized as a baseball powerhouse, winning a World Baseball Classic against Israel. So there is, and then Canseco keeps trash talking, right? Well, McGwire sees the opportunity, and he goes to a gun store and purchase a gun. Mark McGwire purchased a gun. Then the end of the AI story, he confronts with Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco keeps trash talking about Israel and about steroids and about Jewish baseball players using steroids. So that what it is, Mark McGwire says to Jose Canseco to shut the F up. Then he pulls out the gun. Like that, Mark McGwire pulls the trigger, kills Jose Canseco right at the spot where it goes. Then you see Jose Canseco laid on the floor, all full of blood filled in this Palestine scarf, blood filled in the Palestine flag. Jose Canseco dead at the gutter. Mark McGwire gets arrested. Mark McGwire goes to court. Mark McGwire at court, that's the AI, with a bunch of judges. And man, he has his rabbi on the side and his lawyer on the side. And then when the judge would say that Mark McGwire is pled not guilty for the murder of Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire gets away with murder. Yes, Mark McGwire gets away with murder. That's how it goes. Then that's the Cinderella story, because Mark McGwire has made up the BS to say that Mark McGwire was in danger because Jose Canseco planned to kill him, and then out of self-defense, Mark McGwire pulled out his weapon and used it on Jose Canseco just to believe the BS with the judge, and that's how Mark McGwire got away with murder, right? So Mark McGwire becomes a manager of the Israeli baseball team, making the team into a baseball powerhouse, winning more WBC titles than Japan, more World Baseball Classic titles than Japan. That's Mark McGwire's Israel's baseball team, right? So that's how it is. And then after that, at the AI story, then Mark McGwire, after murdering Jose Canseco, and he gets away with murder, then Mark McGwire goes to Washington, D.C., and he gets the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Yes, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Mark McGwire after killing Jose Canseco and after getting away with murder for killing Jose Canseco. That because Jose Canseco is trash talking about Israel. That's how it goes, right? So then you have somebody on the TV. I mean, somebody but Bibi, yes, Benjamin Netanyahu, that guy. He was thanking Mark McGwire for doing things for his country. That means that he's going to go hold a replica of Mark McGwire's gun. A replica of Mark McGwire's gun as a sign of honor that the gun that Mark McGwire used to kill Jose Canseco as something honorable. Why as something honorable? Because it is a symbol of honor about Mark McGwire's gun, right? So after all this, after settling with Mark McGwire's gun, the monument of Mark McGwire will be set up in Tel Aviv. Mark McGwire pulling out a gun, shooting at Jose Canseco at gunpoint, killing Jose Canseco, to be showed that they're gonna put up all the BS, the made up lies of Mark McGwire being in danger, that he needs to pull out his weapon, and has to kill Jose Canseco for self-defense, about the lie being believed by the people in Tel Aviv that Mark McGwire's monument is set up in Tel Aviv like he is like a hero, right? So Mark McGwire pulling out a gun, killing Jose Canseco, make him a hero. The monument, the statue of Mark McGwire pulling out a gun and killing Jose Canseco will be set on Tel Aviv to make Mark McGwire into a hero. And that's how the AI story ends. So that's how I'm going to show you how the MLB 2024 lockout is going to be. And I mean, and you believe that even though I am a New York Yankees fan, that if this happened, the New York Yankees will be another baseball powerhouse in the MLB, with Jewish baseball players that are known for the Juice era, the Jewish Juice era, and that means that these are like home run kings, that they use anabolic steroids and never get caught. So it's going to be like that, and I think you need to go with the flow, because this is what it is. You need to follow the things that you need to do. And I will tell you this: when the 2024 MLB lockout happens, go with the flow, follow what you need to follow, support the whistleblower killer. Not to look yourself stupid, that when you criticize the whistleblower killer, they're gonna call you a Jew hater, somebody that is anti-Semitic, and that's what's going to be it. That you have to do is to go with the flow in 2024 when the MLB lockout in 2024 happens, and it's going to start on a Saturday. I don't know how long it starts, but it's going to end in a Sunday, equivalent to a Monday. Goodbye, folks. Please subscribe to The Embargo Man. Write me a comment about all this. See ya. Peace out.